Alright, next couple hours we're going to do a little experimentation. We're going to remove overload leaves on this guy here. They're the big, thick leaf on the bottom here. It gets thicker as it gets to the center. And this one's going to be a little bit more difficult because we have bolts that have probably never come apart. And mainly just the U-bolts that we're worried about, because that's all we need to get apart. So, and the other thing, we have airbags on this, so that's why I'm removing the overload leaves. He loses a bit of capacity, probably maybe, I don't know, 500 pounds. But we got air ride in the back, so that'll make up for it. And it should drop the back end down just a hair. We got our wheel chock set up. I don't have the e-brake on because it's pointless. But uh-oh, somebody put their CD player there. Oh no. Crunch. It was actually on. Alright, not fucking around. Stretched out our bags quite a bit. Yeah. Undo the lines. Now you may want to support this side of the axle with a jack or something, but I think I'll be fine. We have a sway bar, shock absorber, and everything else still attaching it, so I think it should be fine if it drops down a little bit. Right now I'm trying a 7/8, which is the wrong size. Which is, to my surprise, working. Oh yeah. There's an alignment bolt. You want to lube that up too. Whoops. We're gonna try something with a crappy torque wrench. I wouldn't do this with a snap-on at all. Okay, I'm gonna pause the video for a little bit and go ahead and take the rest out. We're going to wire wheel these, and then we're going to coat this with anti-seize before we put them back on. Alright, 2 18mm sockets. I undid the lower shock. Ended up having to do that to get some downward movement. I think it's just separating the spring from the axle. Just got tension on it, that's all. So on that bolt, this bolt here we need to undo, but there's a head on the other side that's not shaped or anything, so we're gonna need to get some vice grips on that and then work this off. And then we can just pull this lower spring out and then pop in the bolt. Oh, it's working great. I have to be careful, these springs will come out. That feels good. Okay. This sway bar is holding us up. Just like that. Ugh. There's our prize. Now it's going to be a bitch putting this back in if this doesn't work out, but I think that's about a ½ inch, maybe less. Shouldn't be any loss there. That was heavy. Definitely have a jack under there next time. Alright, we're back. I had to make a run to Ace Hardware, because when we took out the centering pin, the centering bolt, which is this guy here, you have a little bit of thread here, and then you have all this shoulder. Well, that bolt's not going to work, plus it's been cut at one point, so it's all dicked on the one end. So I went and got a new bolt. Looks like she's perfect. The head is actually the same size, so it fits in there just fine. And same thing with here, so we're good there. But I found something very interesting I think we're going to need to address here in another point, but we got some play there in the bushing. And we got some issues going on over there. So we're gonna need some bushings. I think what I might do at some point is I'll take these back off again and send them off to a shop, the 4-wheel drive shop around the block, and have them put new freaking bushings in. I might even just take it into them and just have them take the leaves off and everything. But yeah, no, I'll make a video on it so I can make some money off it. This is how I'm able to do this stuff. But yeah, that bushing is, I mean, it's shot. It's gone. Well, anyways, I think I can put this back together now, and then we'll see what happens. I might lower it down just to see how it sits. See how much lower it, or how it leans. I know it's gonna lean for good because the other side is on there. So we'll see what happens. All Alright, on this side I'm doing the same procedure as I did on the other side. On these, the top plate, just undo the one shackle, not shackle, but U-bolt. Loosen the one on towards the inside of the truck, and you can push that plate over. Save you a whole bunch of time. And then it was a matter of just getting vice grips on the bolt here, center bolt, and then undo it with a, I think it was a 15mm socket. Bust that bitch off, put the new one in, and then in order to get the axles down all the way, you need to unbolt the shock absorber and your sway bar, or just the sway bar link. So we got both those. That's all put back together. Now I need to bolt up the axle to the spring, and then put an airbag back in. Making sure you reassemble everything with anti-seize, which I've been doing. So at least the U-bolts I put anti-seize on. The rest of the stuff I didn't give a fuck, because the stuff you can just cut off and replace with cheap stuff. So, or not cheap, but good quality stuff, but cheaper than U-bolts. Alright, all done. Everything's bolted up, air lines are in. Now I gotta put this side tire on and remove the jack from the other side. And we can go air it up, check the ride height, go for a spin. Well, it's all down on the ground. Ride height didn't change, that's good. And now I'm gonna rest my back now. So this is about how it sat before without the airbags. There's no air in them now. In fact, actually, let's make sure. I'll have to unlock that. I need to roll the windows down anyways. I think maybe sometime when we start getting spoiled with this thing, we're gonna put some Reddit to power locks. Oh yeah, it's pretty warm in here. Let's get residual air out. This is pretty hot. So yeah, I think I'm gonna make sure there's nothing under the wheels and maybe go for a quick test spin. I love the tack. 20 PSI. Okay, I haven't heard a crunch yet. Let's go around the block. I think I'm noticing a better ride. It's not as bouncy. Someone might say, why don't you change your shocks? I go, these are new shocks. I have brand new shocks front and rear on this. Hey, parked it in the yard. I'm gonna put my drip pan underneath the where the engine is, because we haven't done the oil pan gasket yet, so it drips a little bit of oil every now and then, so I don't want to kill the yard with it. I'm just gonna park it here for a day or two, or whenever we need it. Damn it.